and welcome to this special edition of ValorVision News. I'm Keyshawn Tyler.
And I'm Amelia Valerie. Thanks so much for watching. On this special episode of ValorVision News, we will be spotlighting interesting people and places across Shelby County. First up, we head to one of the most iconic destinations in the county.
Reporter Olivia Wilson takes us underground to an old attraction that has a new name.
Majestic Caverns, formerly known as DeSoto Caverns, is a historical attraction in Shelby County. The main feature of the attraction is a guided tour of the caverns. According to Asa, tour guide for the caverns, there are features that make this cave unique.
It's very unique. If you look up, you see all these formations. A lot of caves are just big holes in the ground. They don't have this many formations.
He also notes the importance of the history of this cave to North America.
First officially documented cave in the United States. It was documented in 1796 by a man named Benjamin Hawking, who right over there went through a back room way back deep in the cave and documented a waterfall that was running naturally through the cave. And he sent that letter up to George Washington, where this became the first documented cave in the United States.
Although the tour of the caverns is the main attraction, there are other activities to do at the park. According to park-goer Sunny Tillman, the attractions were the main reason she enjoyed the visit so much.
The whole property is well maintained and it's very family friendly, and that's why we've enjoyed it today.
Some of the attractions included mining for ore, wacky water golf, and a train ride. Reporting for ValorVision News, I'm Olivia Wilson.
With summer just around the corner, many people are looking for great places to hike, bike, and relax outdoors. Just 30 minutes from campus lies Oak Mountain State Park.
It is the largest state park in Alabama. Lily McCormick shows us the best way to spend your day at Oak Mountain.
With over 1,100 acres, there's always something going on at Oak Mountain State Park. It's home to over 200 miles of trails, a beach, and a wildlife center. Everyone has their favorite thing to do, and it's really easy to spend a successful day here.
For me, it's trail running. I love the trails out here. They're awesome. And the swimming, all of it. Love it.
For me, it's new to me, but biking for sure.
I'm going to highlight 3 of the biggest attractions here at the park, starting with the beach. The beach at Double Oak Lake is home to plenty of places to lay in the sun or take a dip in the cool water. It's a classic way to spend a hot Alabama day. The next activity I want to highlight is called geocaching. This is when hikers use a GPS system to find caches located within the park. They're all over the trail system here, so make sure you keep your eye out because you never know where one will be hiding. Finally, I wanted to highlight some of the amazing hiking trails here. You really can't go wrong choosing one, but I wanted to focus on the Nature Interpretive Trail. This is only half a mile long for all you new hikers, and it's actually a suspended platform, so it's great for viewing all the wildlife that calls the park home. I hope you get to visit the park really soon. Reporting for ValorVision News, I'm Lily McCormick.
Lily joins us in the studio to tell us more about Oak Mountain. Hey Lily, how are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
So tell us more. How was your experience with getting this story on Oak Mountain?
It was honestly super fun. I grew up actually going to Oak Mountain as a kid, so getting to do a story on it was really cool.
And in your story, you listed a couple things to do at the park. Do you have a favorite thing to do?
So I'm actually a part of a trail running group. We go every Wednesday night and explore a different trail. Like this week we're going on the Red Trail, which is one of the more popular ones. So it's really fun to go out there with a group and run around.
That sounds fun to have a group to do that with.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Lily, for coming in studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. Still ahead on this special edition of ValorVision News, out with the new, in with the old. Hear how a local record store is taking vinyl out for another spin.
And then how your voice can be heard at the next Falcon Facilitators Formal. We'll be right back.
Create your future as a social media manager, filmmaker, journalist, and so much more with a degree in communication studies and mass communication. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA for more information. You belong at Montevallo.
Welcome back to our Shelby County Spotlight episode. One of the most popular ways to listen to music in the 2020s is the same as it was almost a century ago.
Records are making a comeback. Jaden Presley shows us how vinyl records are once again spinning their way to the top of the charts.
Sales began declining in the late 1980s with the rise of CDs. But for the past several years, vinyl has made a comeback. According to an article from the New York Times, 17 million vinyl records were sold in the United States for the first 6 months of 2021. Making it the music industry's most popular and highest grossing physical format.
All those articles, they've been coming out for years, and it's not surprising. We see it every day. and sales certainly exploded over the pandemic.
Dan Drinkard is the owner of Seasick Records in Avondale. He said he foresaw the public's renewed interest in vinyl collecting, and that has been the company's focus ever since the store's opening in 2013.
The artwork is bigger, and it's just the sound is different from any other format, and I think that's kind of what draws people to it.
According to the Recording Industry Association of America, vinyl's resurgence generated $467 million in retail revenue in 2020.
I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. If people want to collect a physical format, I think vinyl is the best way to do that.
The downside to vinyl's comeback is the question of how the music industry can keep up with production.
I don't really know if they're going to be able to keep up with demand, but there are new pressing plants opening all over the country. Having a physical format, especially like vinyl, kind of preserves that history. And, there's records that we come across from, 60, 70 years ago that are still in great condition and can be played. And there's nothing better than that, really.
Streaming is how the majority of people today access listening to music. Drinkard explained why it is better to have a physical copy of a music artist's work.
I think, again, buying a physical album for an artist is like the best way to financially support them. Streaming is not going to go away, and I stream music all the time, but there's just something more special about owning a physical copy of a record and like being able to pull it out of your shelf and look at the liner notes and all that, and you can't do that with streaming. And so
that was Jaden Presley reporting.
Switching gears to the spotlight things happening here at the University of Montevallo, you can let your voice be heard at a local forum held by the Universities of Montevallo's faculty facilitators.
Escalon Pruitt gives us an overview of the organization.
The University of Montevallo Falcon Facilitators are tackling different topics one word at a time. The Falcon Facilitators are a group of students that hold moderated forums that cover difficult topics in the community. The Falcon Facilitators have covered different topics in the past, such as race, school, gender, and many more. Senior Falcon Facilitator Jacob Heath tells me the role he believes the Falcon Facilitators have in the community.
I think it really helps the community and student body by just allowing ideas and topics to be discussed. A lot of times there are issues and they aren't able to be solved because they're not being talked about. So just opening up to these forums allow for people to really just state their opinion and maybe like get to the root of a problem in general.
The Falcon Facilitator program can also provide students with a paid intern position, along with building their skills as a moderator. Senior Falcon Facilitator Bella Ward explains her experience in the program.
It's been wonderful. I'm a huge communication studies advocate. I think that we have a very special community where we can really just be straight with each other and really just talk to each other.
The program is fairly new, but has already made a mark on the Montevallo community. Senior Falcon Facilitator Ramsey Thrash had this to say about the future of the program.
Hopefully this program is thriving and doing really well because this is such a necessary part of growth and change within one's community.
Any student on campus can join Falcon Facilitators. All you have to do is reach out to Dr. Sally Hardy. Reporting for Valor Vision News, I'm Escalon Pruitt.
Escalon joins us in the studio to talk about his experience at Falcon Facilitators. Escalon, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Well, thank you for joining us in studio. How interesting was it like to be in a session?
It's very interesting. Listening to the different type of opinions people have about difficult topics, and even just being able to be in that setting where you're allowed to speak upon something that you know you might be frowned upon speaking your piece about outside. It gives that space to students that we need in the community that kind of lets you talk about things that you need to talk about. Especially as young people, we kind of have to get things off our chest, so it gives us that space.
And how do you think this organization will be beneficial to students here on campus?
If students join, it kind of helps you in the communication aspect. It kind of lets you have experience with moderating forums and kind of controlling the room and kind of building your characteristics in that standpoint. But even if you're just a student going out and watching, it helps out with just, you know, being able to be comfortable with speaking in front of people and kind of getting your point across. So I feel like it's a great opportunity for those who want to get into moderating and deliberative communication to kind of go out there and join the faculty facilitators.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
You can learn more about our Spotlight stories on our website. Visit valavisionnews.wordpress.com. That's all the time we have for today's show.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in on Wednesday for another special edition of ValaVision News, as we shine a spotlight on more campus groups that are making an impact in Shelby County.